Aries, welcome to your new moon in Gemini reading for June 17th and 18th, 2023. The theme that you have for the next 2 weeks is the Hermit card. New moons bring in new cycles. That doesn't mean you act on the cycle at the very beginning. You should usually wait until after a few days or well into the new beginning. But that's always up to you, of course. The Hermit card gives you a maybe answer. This is knowledge and wisdom, and sometimes it's kind of taking yourself out of society or feeling very internal, wanting to be alone. It's turning knowledge into wisdom. So let's see how that plays out in your 2 weeks. Nice. You have the Three of Cups. This is really nice. This is celebrations, things to be grateful for, the joys of life, basically. It may have to do with females in your midst, special females for you, creativity as well, because these are the muses. But it is the joie de vivre, the joy of life. If you aren't feeling grateful, or if you aren't feeling this joy of life, all you have to do is look for the things that you are grateful for, and that will return to you. But from the Hermit card, either maybe you have been burning the candle at both ends, because here you are with a group of people. The Hermit card has you kind of sequestering yourself a bit. But let's see how that plays out. Okay, you have the Tower card here, so there's some epiphanies, there's some energy of the unexpected. This can be blessings in disguise, the Tower. Interesting that it comes up with the Three of Cups, because the Three of Cups is really about the joy of life, and the Tower can be maybe you're going along thinking that everything is great, and then something kind of happens to be like, well, now here's something new I have to deal with. But it usually is a blessing in disguise. And it may even be that you are celebrating a release of something, because the Tower releases us from a situation that maybe we weren't supposed to be in to begin with. This card always says that if something wasn't built on firm foundations, that the structure may fall. However, you get the ability to rebuild on stronger ground. So again, it is a blessing in disguise. But this can be epiphanies. Again, you're thinking that everything is peachy, everything's working out just great, I'm feeling happy, Three of Cups, right? Enjoying my life, and then something comes along to break up the party just a little bit. We'll get more information on that in a minute. And it can be, especially with the Hermit card, right, that you are out enjoying, celebrating, that sort of thing, and all of a sudden it comes to an end because you have the Hermit card and you kind of want to be left alone and trying to figure things out on your own. Yeah. You have the Four of Swords. So this is sort of, taking yourself out. It is trying to get mental foundations going here. So we are planning with the Four of Swords. We are not acting on our plans, but we are planning. And eventually we'll pick up that fourth sword and get things moving again. But for now, we're kind of plotting and planning. We do need a physical rest here. So maybe for some of you, while you were out playing, something happened and maybe you hurt yourself, or you got a cold or the flu, or you started to feel like headaches, that sort of thing, and you kind of took yourself out for a while. This could be at the beginning of the moon, where there's a lot of graduations and celebrations, and it's going to be summer soon, so people are more out and about enjoying themselves, and maybe something happened I don't know, this could be a scenario, but it is coming up for somebody. You got too much sun, you got sunstroke. Is also possible here for somebody in particular that was shown to me. So be careful while you're out there enjoying yourself. That's all. Then you have, oh, you're behaving as a King of Swords here. Okay, which makes sense with the Hermit because this is somebody who is searching for knowledge, the Hermit. And the King of Swords is also somebody very practical. They are master of their mental faculties, so they are usually quite intelligent people, absolutely practical, rational, facts and figures kind of people. Not very big, I would say, on daydreams or nothing too out of the norm or the ordinary for the King of Swords. Practical. They're very practical people. This could be the law. This could be somebody in the law. Could be police, lawyers, mediators, that kind of thing. There are people, so this is associated with Libra for me, and this would be somebody with that kind of mentality where you just want to keep things above board, even, fair. There's fairness with the King of Swords, absolutely. But I do see that you are quite mental this coming period with that Four of Swords. You have two swords in the placement of you and how you're behaving towards all of this. You might think this is nonsense too. I mean, there can be a lot of festivity, a lot of partying going on. Maybe it's even your neighbors and you're kind of like, enough is enough already. I need my rest kind of situation. And maybe you're the Tower who comes in to kind of break up the festivities. Okay, you have the Three of Wands as an outcome. That's interesting. So you have two threes flanking the Four of Swords. When that happens for me, it's very often that I am supposed to negate the two threes and just focus in on the four. So if you feel like that, by all means, just focus in on that idea of finding mental rest and physical rest, but still kind of laying out plans. I will give you the Three of Wands meaning, though. However, I'm still going to include it, but I do want to emphasize that that Four of Swords is the main card here when it's flanked by two threes. So the Three of Wands are allies. And funny enough, these are friends and family and people you love and people you want to celebrate with. And the Three of Wands is allies. It can also be like getting ahead in a situation. So you may look to workshops or secondary schooling, masters even. Perhaps you've graduated and now you are considering studying further, looking out to master's programs, that sort of thing. But it is something that helps you get an edge in the market with the Three of Wands. So that could be workshops, it can be short courses, it can be self-help books, it can be all that kind of, whatever it is that helps you to build up your strengths for meeting the needs of the outside world. And the wind kicked up. Another three. There's a lot of creative potential here with all the threes. So emotional creativity, your passions are being heightened, and you may even do something quite practically with that Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is my apprenticeship card. So it's very possible that after the workshop or after the book that you've read or the small course that you took or something like that, you want to apply it almost immediately with that Three of Pentacles. This is cooperative efforts. So collaborations, that sort of thing. And you may be even looking out into the larger world to see who would be good in collaborating with you on a possible creative project. Something could have happened that you were no longer able to do it alone, and you're seeking a group to to shore it up for you so that you are working collaboratively. There could have been a missing piece of the puzzle that you didn't have, and it's very possible with that Three of Wands that you're looking for the right person or the right study to help you to fill in any situation where you don't feel confident in. The Three of Pentacles is also, for me, the card of creative solutions that come up just when you need them. And it kind of, with the Tower card, looks like you need them. Okay. It is a blessing in disguise because the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups is, if it's negatively aspected, it's gloating. So everything is so fun and good here that you might just feel overly satisfied, feel like overindulging a little bit. It does feel like celebration, and then things get a little out of hand with that Tower card. So you want to be very, very careful about overindulging when you are celebrating. I do want to say that also because of the King of Swords there, because the King of Swords is the law. So I definitely want you to be careful when you're out celebrating. Have a designated driver. Don't text and drive. And make sure you're nice and sober when you get in the car. But a designated driver would probably be best. In any case, this is wish fulfillment, and maybe it's something that kind of came out of the blue or something very, very unexpected. But whatever it is, the Nine of Cups means that you are emotionally happy with what just happened or what just took place. And it does seem to me like it was a bit of a surprise. But it's something good. It just came out of left field. Nice. So I'm glad that was positively aspected on both levels. Both are very emotional cards. So this is the joie de vivre, the joy of life, and this is feeling fulfilled. It's just weird, the Tower card there. I mean, there could have been a surprise party. And I hope I'm not ruining somebody's surprise. So, whoopsies. Let's get a second card for the King of Swords. And it can be that you are planning a surprise for somebody because, again, this is making plans, right? Okay, you have the Hierophant here. So we are looking at larger organizations. This feels a little disjointed to me. Maybe there are different things happening. So the Hierophant card for me is, well, again, maybe not, because this is my no card, but it's also large organizations. It's tradition. It is the schools. It is universities, colleges, any organization that kind of make you jump through hoops, fill out forms, ask permission. It's that kind of energy. It really does feel a bit like higher education here. But for some, it can be the court system and legalities. But this is also like the DMV, where you just have to kind of fill out forms and that wait in line, that kind of energy. With the King of Swords card there, though, that can be the legal system, the law, on any level. He might be a lawyer, he might be a mediator, can be anything like that. So do mind yourself while you're out in the next 2 weeks. But it's also my no card, and that may be why you are the Four of Swords and waiting. And it's possible that you're waiting for the okay from the higher ups, from the powers that be. In the meantime, though, I do see you planning. And eventually it seems like things start to, I was going to say things start to move, but I have the Devil card here with the three, with the two threes, of the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. So it does seem like there gets a wrench thrown into the situation with the Devil card and the Tower card. These are things that we're holding on to that aren't good for us, so attachments. This can be a dalliance, right? This can be, because we have the Three of Cups here, 3 and 3 and 3. 3 is often a third party. So it could be a dalliance. It could be somebody that you are seeing behind somebody else's back, or vice versa. They may be seeing somebody behind your back. Maybe you find out about it. That could be a bit of a shock for you here. But it's also releasing what is no longer good for us. The Devil shows you his full hand, however, so there is no question as to what it is we need to release, what it is we need to let go of here. And that could be, we're having to deal with responsibilities. Now, it could be something that happened here, right? Because this could be incarceration with the Devil card. And it may not be you, it might be somebody from the party that you kind of have to deal with, or you have to bail them out, or you have to help them out somehow, because you're the rational one here. But there is something going on where you may have to take on the responsibility of somebody else because of their mishap, with the Ten of Wands. But this is slow progression. It just seems to take a while. The 10 also is the end of a cycle, the beginning of something else. But I would say we have a bit of mixed energy because we have 3 threes and a 4. So that's kind of the beginning of the situation. And then we have a 9 and a 10, which brings us to our conclusion. But that comes later, right? Those are supporting cards. So they may come after the fact. After the heavier situation. So it doesn't have to be incarceration, but it is something that we're holding on to that we need to let go of. Bad habits, codependencies. Sometimes things just break, snag, they don't gel the way we want them to. That would also be the Devil card, which is, by the way, associated with Capricorn. But the Ten of Wands says we can make progress, but it will be pretty slow, it feels like, with that Ten of Wands. Or it just feels like it takes a lot of effort. But it seems to me by the end of the 2 weeks it should be finished. You should have settled the situation, or at least it progressed pretty well towards the end with that 10. Could almost feel like we jumped the gun a little bit too soon. Like we got a little bit excited that something was going to work out, and it kind of proved a little more difficult than we expected. I'm also picking up that kind of energy. And in some way, you're still the voice of reason. You're still the one who's very practical, and it can kind of burst people's bubbles, right? I mean, everybody's happy and celebrating here, but the King of Swords is kind of a little too practical and brings everybody back down to earth just a little bit. That's also a possibility here. Okay, so what the Spirit wants you to know, you have the Chariot card. It's a nice card. It's being it's getting things moving, but it's also being confident in yourself, self-reliant, self-confident. Um, Once you've kind of dealt with the opposing forces, right? Would say in this case they would be the Tower card, which is something unexpected, and the Devil. Those feel for me like opposing forces to the joyous occasion that we're dealing with here. As soon as you reconcile those two things, you have an idea of where you want to go, and the Chariot is pointing yourself in the direction that you want to go in and making moves towards that. It is a successful card. So I do think that there is success in the end, but it does seem like you have to work hard for it. And it can also mean that there was just something that was unexpected, like a wrench thrown in, but you still handle it with flying colors, and it looks like it works out well. And you can be coming towards the end of the 2 weeks, coming to a conclusion here with that Ten of Wands. Okay, so it's a general reading. It can be a lot of things for a lot of people, but the idea is still there. That sort of frame or outline is still there. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks for a full moon reading. I am starting to do love readings. I think I got up until Leo, so Virgo is next. I will do it as soon as I can. And I do dailies. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. Take good care.